my gosh! What's up guys, it's Cece, and today I'm going to be reviewing both Curses and the Pincosta in this same video because I'm not going to have time to make two separate videos today. I'm expecting a FaceTime call coming soon, so I don't have time. Also, I might have plans to go see somebody else today, so yeah. So originally today I was thinking about, instead of doing a review, just do my thoughts on it, but I thought the video would only be like 2 minutes long. So I'm going to do both reviews shorter than I normally do, instead of like making it go longer. Like normally my video is about 10 minutes-ish, I guess. And basically, I'm just like, that's taking long for just a review, so, and those include my thoughts on the episode, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. So just a heads up, for this week's video, I'm going to be reviewing both Curses and the Pincosta in the same video. Next week, I'll be reviewing Rapunzel and the Great Tree as one, because, well, it's one episode, it's an hour long, so yeah. And the 2 weeks after that, I'll do the same thing where I'm going to do both episodes put into one video, because it saves time in case I have something going on later in the day. So yeah. So let's get into the video. So I'm going to start off with Curses, which is the episode I personally prefer more than the Pincosta in a way, but yeah. So the description for Curses is Rapunzel meets again Madame Canardus and Vigor the Visionary. Vigor issues a curse on Rapunzel shortly before she and her friends cross a dangerous mountain pass. Now this episode, it got me really excited first, but then I was just kind of disappointed toward the middle of it. Because, basically before the gang is about to go on this like very dangerous, very twisty road over mountains with like even like flying rocks, I guess you'd say, like you could like jump over them. It was really weird, but basically Rapunzel drops her telescope that her dad gave her before they left for the trip. And she wants to go get it, so she says for Eugene and Hookfoot to go with her. You know what that means? You're leaving Cass and Lance alone with Shorty, but Shorty is in a river somewhere, so I was kind of like, yay, classy, because if you know me, you know I ship that so hard. If you've seen my Amino, my Tangled series Amino, you know I ship them so hard. I was like, woohoo, classy! But then we didn't hear it from them anymore. It was basically, by the way, that's happening, but we're not going to show you what's going on. So I was just like, why? It was still a really good episode. But while Rapunzel, Eugene, and Hookfoot are trying to find a telescope, they find the stand where Madame Canardus and Vigor are. And Rapunzel's like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you guys in a while. And while they're asking if she's seen the telescope, and Rapunzel finds it on one of the shelves, I think it is, and says, hey, it's my telescope. And Madame Canardus is like, no, and she tries to keep it and make Rapunzel buy her own telescope back. And Rapunzel's like, I'm not doing that. So she takes it, and Madame Canardus puts a spell on her and the rest of the gang for when they cross the mountain pass. Well, technically Vigor did, but he didn't say anything, just kind of growled. So I'm just going to say Madame Canardus did it. And so Rapunzel's kind of wigged out by this. And so later when they're back in the caravan, it's raining and they're driving around. Even though I thought they were supposed to go to the mountain pass next. Yeah, apparently they're still driving, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're driving around looking at scenery. But they're explaining to everybody else about the curse, except for Cassandra, because she's driving the friggin' caravan. And there's this whole flash flood thing, and yeah. Everyone's starting to be convinced that they're cursed. Like, they seriously start putting garlic and incense everywhere, and they start sleeping with horseshoes around their necks. There was one scene that I thought was really funny, but basically, Eugene was trying to go into the girls' room to get Rapunzel, and she wasn't in there, but Cass was asleep, and so once Eugene closed the door, she steals an intruder and attacks him, and I was like, that is so relatable. So when they both realize that Rapunzel's not there, they go to find her with Hookfoot, and they're trying to make like an anti-verse spell, like anti-curse, not verse, sorry. They're trying to make some sort of anti-curse, like, spell thing, and Rapunzel's wearing this like leaf hat thing. It's weird. But basically, Eugene gives faith in Rapunzel to help her not do that weird potion thing. And says, here's this moose tooth for anti-curses I found in the book that we've been having this entire time. And she's like, okay, yeah, we can go to the mountain pass now. And so they get like halfway through it, and then they realize that's not a moose tooth, that's Shorty's tooth. And yeah, that's disgusting. And so Rapunzel starts freaking out, thinking, crap, we're cursed, I can't do this. And then Eugene's like, you do realize once you thought there was a way to reverse it, you had faith in yourself. That means the curse isn't real, you do realize. And so once they keep jumping over the rocks, things are like swaying back and forth, they suddenly get to like second to last one before they're like onto land, like on to safe ground, and they're stuck there. And so Rapunzel goes, I know how to zoom across the entire like ravine thing, canyon, I don't know. And they take the same potion again because Hookfoot had more of the ingredients they needed, and they zoom over the cliff. And yet again, during that entire time, Cass in the front by herself. The entire time, I was just like, come on, people, stop leaving Cass by herself in the front. I mean, give her someone's company. And what I mean by someone's company, I mean Lance's company. Overall, I think it was a good episode. Then next, we got the Eye of Pincosta. So the description for the Eye of Pincosta is, to get Eugene out of jail, Rapunzel has to band together with Eugene's ex-fiancé, Stallion. They need to find a diamond that Eugene and Stallion stole years ago. Okay, so my question was finally answered why Eugene was arrested. Basically, the gang goes into town, and because they need food and more supplies, and Eugene's like, let's take the scenic route because I'm wanted here. And Rapunzel's like, it's fine. No one recognized your face. But surprise, she was wrong. Everyone still remembers his face, and so Eugene gets thrown in jail. And while the leader of the town, I don't know if it was a king or a mayor or something, I don't exactly remember, Lance loudly whispers to Eugene, we're gonna get you out of here, and the leader sees him do that, and so he throws in everybody else into jail. And they tie Eugene up in some weird thing that kind of remind me like those things in asylums that they had like the arms like crossed like this and you couldn't get yourself out. I think those were from asylums, I don't remember exactly. And so the leader explained to the gang why he's being thrown in jail for stealing the Eye of Pincosta with Stallion, even though he didn't mention Stallion. Eugene had to explain that with Rapunzel. And basically Rapunzel's like, what happens if we don't? And the leader said that if they don't get it back, that they're going to send Eugene off to these mines where he's going to be mining for the rest of his life. So they free Rapunzel and let her go find Stallion to go get the eye back. So Rapunzel goes to this place called the Glass Slipper, which I am pretty sure is a Cinderella reference. And I think the reason why is because of the D23 Expo in 2017. They're talking about how the one reference they used for the animation style was Cinderella, so I'm guessing that's why it was there. Rapunzel finds Stallion, like, playing darts with this guy and kind of cheating him off, kind of like in the beginning of Big Hero 6 with, like, the, oh, I'm so weak, can I go again? Also, not sorry, I'm gonna dominate you. And Rapunzel tries to convince Stallion to help her, and Stallion's kind of like, I don't know. And so Rapunzel says if she helps her get the eye back, then Stallion can have the gold and the caravan. And so she agrees to it, and they're off on an adventure. So Stallion says that the eye is with this game show host guy, Goodberry, which honestly to me looks like Lance but with like hair, and looks a lot like Elvis hair. Like seriously, he looks like a shorter version of Lance but with like Elvis hair. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, my mom saw it, and she's like, hey, it looks like Lance with Elvis hair. I'm like, that's what I literally just said! If they're, like, related, like, second cousin or something like that, I wouldn't be surprised. And here's where I get sad. So, meanwhile, back in the jail cell, everyone's like, it's cold in the dungeon cell. Lance is like, you know what? How we can all stay warm? We should cuddle. And what, you know what Cass says? No. Freaking! Honestly, I think the reason why she would say no to that is because Shorty's in there, and Hookfoot's in there, and Eugene's in there, and that's just kind of weird. She's the only girl in there, that's what I'm trying to say. So back to Rapunzel and Stallion, they have to wrestle, or like play in the big game, to wrestle this other person named like Malice Marauder, and at first I was like, that sounds familiar, and the person looks familiar, and I'm like, probably like a sister to Wreck Marauder from Challenge of the Brave. And even some of the extras that were there were also from Challenge of the Brave. So I'm like, okay, how far did they travel to the Challenge of the Brave? Like, would like really seriously went like what, like 40 days? I don't know. I don't know how long they've been traveling, so don't ask me. I guess the Challenge of the Brave had more like meaning than I thought it did. So basically, Stallion wiggles her way out doing like what they dealt with, or that's how I'm trying to say. She got herself out of doing the deal of doing the wrestling match. So Rapunzel's there by herself trying to defeat this girl, I think it was. That's what they said it was. And so Rapunzel's failing. Suddenly, Stallion is able to to come, well, not able, like, Stallion comes back and they defeat the character. So they get the eye back from Goodberry, and Rapunzel takes it, and Stallion was like, you guys are a good couple, and she's actually okay with that now. Before, she wasn't. Which I honestly think is nice, because it's like, yay, bonding with a character that we don't really know, so that's good. So the rest of the gang is freed, and Stallion goes riding off into the distance, and gets Rapunzel a new frying pan, because the other girl broke it, so... In the end of the episode, I was kind of questioning, I'm like, because she said the gold will help, so I'm like, did her dad die? Is the Baron dead, or is he alive? I don't know. Is the money for some sort of hospital bill, or just something like, hey, that'll help me get my mind off of Eugene? I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join the CC Squad. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comments down below. My TikTok, my Disney Amino, my musical Amino, I think it's called Musical Fans to be exact. Those are all in the description, and those are the things I'm on most. And, yeah. Which episode do you guys prefer? Curses or Pincosta? And are you excited for next week's episode, Rapunzel in the Great Tree? I know I am! Seriously, if you've seen the spoilers, you'll understand why. I want to know what's going on, okay? I also heard we're getting Eugene and Lance's duet and Cassandra solo in that, so that's promising. I can't wait. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!